Is this thing on? Word. Welcome back to Lycyria, and I will be your host, the Lycyrian. It's a work in progress. I know it's been a while since the last video. By the time this is out, it would have been exactly 2 weeks before I decide to upload this video. So I hope everyone is having a good day or night, depending on where you're from. Never forgot that. And for this one, we're going round 2 for this video with more questions as well as deeper questions in mind that I have compiled for the picker wheel again. And this will be the last time that I will be using the picker wheel. This will give you a good sense of me as a person as well as a creator. All right, let's do this thing. Don't you love when that happens when it's in between two? Okay. The first question is, do I consider myself a more logical or emotional person? Why? It goes neck and neck. I know that I can get emotional sometimes, but I don't get too emotional. Sometimes I think about the bigger picture in this case, like why exactly I'm getting emotional. I also got really good or gotten a grasp on my emotions and how to move on from to never deny my emotions, to know that they're very valid, but also become aware that obviously in the bigger picture, it's not a big deal, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And I hope that others can realize that as well along the way, that if you're ever in a tight emotional space, such as something decided to make you angry on a certain day, something specific happened, then it's important to step back and not think about it for a while and try and do something that can immediately get you out of that headspace. See, for me, I love singing. Like, I'm not a good singer, but I love to sing. So there was one time where I got really mad and I didn't know what to do in that moment up until I started singing, and then poof, I forgot about it. It was incredible. Afterwards, the rest of my day went on and I was just more happy that way. So I'm so glad that I'm able to turn my emotions in that way and how I've evolved. If that question was asked to me like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, I would have had a significantly different answer just because of the phase that I was in. Let's keep going. Ah, yes, I love talking about music. All right, what is my favorite album? And the immediate answer is 5 Sauce 5. Oh my god, 5 Sauce 5 is what got me into 5 Sauce. At first, it started with Me, Myself, and I. Then it started with Complete Mess. And then when the album dropped, I fell in love with it. But I believe that 5 Sauce 5 was an album that grew on me. What I mean is that like there were some songs I was like, and then there were some songs that I was like, oh yeah, I'm locked in. But as the years passed, I was able to show a deeper love and appreciation for this album, and I'm so grateful that I discovered this album because I wouldn't have discovered 5 Sauce. I knew about 5 Sauce when I was like a kid, like when I was like in middle school, especially like with their first album, second album, third album, and then their fourth album. But this one helped me rediscover them in a whole new light because I think I had an impression just like everybody else nowadays. I have this theory that everybody has listened to 5 Sauce, they just don't know it, and they only know like their popular songs in contrast to like their not so popular songs. I mean, who am I kidding? They're so popular. But it helped me grow an appreciation for it. So I'm so grateful for that album. And also, for the longest time, I didn't understand the hype behind Bad Omens. I'm gonna be genuinely honest. I was like, I don't know how and why people are fucking with Bad Omens, but it took me 2 years and like post late night shift for me to finally understand the hype behind Bad Omens. Nowadays, I cannot stop listening to it. I love Bad Omens. It's so good. And also I'm gonna say a similar thing for You Don't Go to Parties because I didn't understand the hype behind that one, but then I got it. I just really needed to be in a specific headspace in order for me to love it. So long story short, I love the album and I'm probably gonna listen to it again after this. At this point, I listen to it on the daily. It's honestly like my daily routine at this point. Listen to 5 Sauce 5 before I get ready for the day for my early morning routine. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right, let's keep going. There's definitely more music related questions for this one. We're going deep questions. What's a lesson that I learned the hard way, and how has it shaped me? A lesson that I learned the hard way is that people are gonna let you go, and for the most part, it's not your fault, and for the most part, it's okay, because it helped me understand that sometimes it wasn't my fault, because at first I would be the one to believe that it was my fault, that I was the reason why they left, why they abandoned me. And it was so hard for me to take that as a learning tool and turn it into something that I can have a better control over my life. That it's okay if people don't stick around, because there are going to be people who will stick around, who will be there for you, and would never do something like that. And if they do that, I don't believe that they're your friend. And if this has ever happened to you, ever in your life, I want you to know that it's not your fault. And of course, there's a light at the end of the tunnel for this. And I know that me asking deeper questions like this, and especially this being like the third question, I really wanted this question to be out here, because I think it's very important for everyone to know that. No matter what stage in your life, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, this is something that everyone should know, that it's okay to let people go. It will make your life better, I promise. Let's keep going. That sunk in so deep for me. Do I have an artist that inspires me? So this isn't a question in terms of musical artist. Those will be questions later. So for me, I am a graphic designer. I do graphic design for certain clients. So one that inspires me is Barbara Kruger. When I started in college, when I started in college, I saw this documentary on Barbara Kruger, and especially the origins behind the Supreme logo. And my favorite piece of art from her is I shop, therefore I am. There's something very striking about having a black and white background and then just having red. Like, it immediately sticks out. She's one of the biggest inspirations for me as a graphic designer. So once I get off the ground with this type of art, then I would have her to credit for that, because her art inspires my art. Let's keep going. All right. What's your favorite movie or movies? I had this question a couple of days ago, and for me, there is not a solid answer. To say genuinely, there is not a solid answer to this question. But there are a couple of movies that would probably fit in that category. I would say that my favorite movie is probably, at this point right now, I would say Iron Man 3. Now, it sounds out of the blue considering there are obviously better movies out there. This is just how I'm feeling currently. Also, I would say Captain America. I've been watching MCU movies recently, so I'm putting those as a very much of a bias. If this question ever comes around, I would probably have a more genuine answer. But this is what I'm currently feeling in this kind of space. Now, I remembered 4 years ago, there was this argument that I saw on like social media on like, which is the worst film? Iron Man 3 or The Incredible Hulk? And I was absolutely baffled by that question. I was like, obviously it's The Incredible Hulk. What the hell are you talking about? Iron Man 3 is a lot better than people give credit for it. That is insane to me. I love Iron Man 3. There's just something about it, especially like probably like at the stage that I was in, that I was like obsessed with Iron Man. So it was probably a lot of people when they were my age, especially in 2013, that there was just something so special about that movie that I really cannot explain. All right, I would still watch it and still feel the same way that I felt when I was like 10 years old. And I'll stand by that no matter what. Let's keep going. Ooh, I'm kind of fired up there. What is my favorite comfort show or movie? I'll say both, just because I do have clear answers for these, because these are ones that I've also been watching recently. My favorite comfort show, I would say, is has anyone seen like the Ghost Stories English dub? I'm telling you, that is the funniest, unfiltered. Also, it's a thing of the times. It's the funniest dub I've ever seen. It is so funny. I love just putting it on while I'm like either doing homework or playing games or something. If I need like a really long show in order to keep me occupied for a couple of hours, I'm saying Ghost Stories. And for movie, I would say Lisa Frankenstein. I feel like anybody would have a good time watching that movie. It's so much fun, especially with the idea of just like somebody coming back from the dead just to like cause harm to the people that cause harm in you. And to say this in deeper meaning, I would say I resonate with that because I wish I had that in my life. Yeah, I put this one for personal preference. All right, I already had the answer to this one. Name 5 artists or bands that you recommend. The first one, The Beaches. People need to listen to The Beaches. They are so damn cool. And the second one is Sunday 1994. The way that I fell in love with their music as they progressively started dropping more music, especially in their debut album. Well, first when it started as their EP, then their debut album, and now they're on tour. They're so damn popular. Holy shit. Like, I've grown such a good love and appreciation, and I'm just hoping for their rise in the popularity stream, because I think they deserve it. The kind of music that they have that takes you back to the 90s, visually and sonically, is enthralling. All right, I listed down 2. Third, I would say, is Ella Red. Ella Red deserves all the love. I heard that she was touring. She's currently touring, and if you listen to the one that got me into her music at first was "Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is." That's the song. The next one was "Representative." And their current one is "I Like You Best." And the fourth one for this one is Mercer Henderson. Holy shit. There's just something good about the kind of music that she decides to release. There's some times where I can relate to it a little too much, if anything. And there's some times where I just want to listen to the bridge, especially for Ruin Me. That bridge is so damn powerful. I'm just like, yes. And I love her most recent one, Almost So Close, Maybe. Oh, of course, the last one. All right, the last one that I recommend is Lucy Glang. If anybody has listened to her music, I believe that she needs a little more love than the others, because I know that the other ones I have seen so far have gained a sense of popularity over the time that I've listened to them. But Lucy Glang deserves a lot more love because of the music that she has. There's something so soft and wholesome about her music, and I consistently run with her music. Seriously, I would say that her tracks are like in the single digits, but it's worth it. It's worth it to listen to her music, and there's there's a certain consistency with it. None of them ever felt out of place for me. I was just like, especially sonically, they all feel very similar, and I'm putting that as a compliment. There's nothing too formulaic about it. It's just great, and I just recommend more love to Lucy Glang. All right, back to deep questions. How would your 10-year-old self react to who you are today? My 10-year-old self would think I'm like the sickest motherfucker ever. For real, I would say that. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm just going to tell you that 10-year-old me would have thought I was sick with the things that I do. See, for me, since I play, like, there were some sports that I do now that I wanted to do, like, when I was 10, especially now, considering I'm just more open for me to do stuff like this. Also, 10-year-old me couldn't conceptualize going to college. Yeah, there was, like, a long-standing fear that I had where I felt that since, like, college costed a lot of money, I was not going to be able to pave my way through. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to go to college. What am I going to do after high school? No, I figured because like my 10-year-old self wanted to like make videos, but didn't even know how to, didn't even know where to start, didn't even know what to do. I just love watching YouTubers, and especially when I talked about in one of my shorts about what was my first YouTube obsession. I definitely wanted to make brick films at the time, and I think I sort of had a grasp on it, but I didn't have like as much of a grasp as I would be able to do now. By the way, I was like a shy kid at the time, so he would have thought it was cool just by me talking a lot and being open to talk to other people and being very socially active. The entire motivation on why I created the question about my 10-year-old self because of the video, A Letter to My 10-Year-Old Self, from the Young Actors Project. And that one, it's taken more as less lighthearted. It's more melancholic, I would say. So I would say that was the reason for that one. Let's keep going. All right, if we're going with movies, this time we're going with shows. This time I put it for S because back when I was definitely 8, I started watching. My favorite shows growing up was Power Rangers. Almost all of the series besides the ones currently. I'd say from like 2019 to like 2023, that's when I stopped watching Power Rangers. Like at least their newest project. I still go back and watch the old ones for sure. And then eventually I was old enough for me to have money and be able to buy them and watch them whenever the hell I wanted to. So I'm still so glad for me to, because there was a time where I felt, oh man, it's embarrassing to watch Power Rangers, especially at like 14. No, it wasn't. There was nothing uncool about watching Power Rangers when out, especially now. I would think, but I guess like when you're 14, you just get really insecure about a lot of things, or when you're in your teen years, you get really insecure about a lot of things. Especially nowadays, I look back on it, I'm just like, damn, I was really that insecure about myself. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have felt this way. Don't worry guys, this is a safe space. What is my current favorite show? Immediate answer is Wayne. If the shows I loved back then were Power Rangers, then my current favorite one is Wayne. There's something so frustrating about not wanting to always have it with me on hand because it's been in a bait and switch around for years. First it started out on YouTube, then it got canceled, went to Amazon. Amazon did not want it anymore, and then afterwards now it's kind of hard to find. I mean, I can still watch it on YouTube, but like what the hell? What gives? I just don't understand how a show as good as Wayne like just gets canceled like that. Like what the hell? Why didn't it get like the Cobra Kai treatment? I just don't understand that. Actually, if I got the Cobra Kai treatment, I think I would have hated Wayne. All right, I'm just asking for a second season. I don't need like 6 or 7 seasons. There's nothing wrong with Cobra Kai with them having their seasons. It's just that I just really, really wanted Wayne to have a second season. All right, let's keep going. I'm fired up again. I just realized that anytime I'm talking about shows or movies, I get really fired up because I feel so passionate about them. All right, let's go. Have I ever collected anything? Yes, I have. I have collected a lot of things. I'll probably show photos here if I haven't. So I like to collect Funko Pops as well as a lot of other things. I went through different phases of collecting stuff. First it was lanyards, then it was pins, then it was Funko Pops. What is it now? Probably posters. I do have a lot of posters on my wall. It's just to help with the aesthetic of my room, to make it pop. Also my collection phase also went through like physical media, because I love physical media. I love having the media in my hands, because it helps me have a sense of control. If I want to watch something, if I want to watch a season of a show, God, I wish they did this for Wayne. If I had a season of a show that I wanted to watch one day, and I decided to go to Netflix for it, what are the chances that it's not going to be there? That's a pretty good chance, honestly. I'm gonna say that, or that it got canceled and I wouldn't have known until probably 3 months later. So it's good for me to have something on hand, especially for movies, shows. So I went through this massive collection phase. It was probably a year. I spent so much money, and it was worth it for me to keep all those physical media just in case anything ever gets lost. So I'm so good. And also because in my room, I'm far from the Wi-Fi router that I just don't get any Wi-Fi. So it's good to have the physical media, because you don't need a Wi-Fi connection in order for you to do it. So that's good. I also went through a VHS collecting phase. It went from VHS, CDs, DVDs, in that order, to say the least. So I collected a lot of stuff, if I'm being honest. And you know what? I'm probably going to go through another collecting phase. I have not recently, but who knows? Who knows what will happen in the future. Do I have a favorite artist or band? My immediate answer would have been 5 Seconds of Summer, but that's not the answer. Alright guys, I'm taking a breath here. I'm just going to say it. It's Taylor Swift. I'm telling you now, guys, I'm a certified Swiftie. I am a certified Swiftie, and I am not ashamed of it. Damn it, this should have been a really good segue for me to say, what can I say here but not at the world? It's being a Swiftie. I swear to God. She gets hated on so damn much. It's actually insane. And some of those reasons are valid, but some of them are invalid. And I just don't understand them. Or I just don't understand how someone can hate just a specific popular artist so bad. I know I have some artists that I'm just dislike, but some people have an open, genuine dislike. I'm like, God damn. And sometimes it feels like she's it's popular to hate her kind of thing. Just because if everybody's doing it, you're going to do it. Nah, never followed the trend. Screw that. All right. I love Taylor Swift. Now, unless she does something really, really bad. But so far, it's not that terrible. It's not completely good, but that doesn't refrain me from listening to all her music. At this point, just like how I rediscovered 5 Sauce through 5 Sauce 5, I went through a similar thing with Taylor Swift when she dropped All Too Well, Taylor's version. So my rediscoveries, especially with music, were very recent, especially personally. So, and it helped me get a sense or have a new appreciation for music that I would have thought it was less one-dimensional, or really just one-dimensional, but turns out they're actually sick music and I was just being an idiot. So really, I'm saying Taylor Swift for this one. All right, my last Spotify Wrapped put Taylor at the top, no matter how much 5 Sauce I listen to. 5 Sauce needs more love, and Taylor needs more love, and I firmly stand by that choice. Back to the deep questions. We're only going with 2 because I forgot about one of them, for sure. Or I forgot about me deleting one of the questions. All right, which is worse, being alone or being with the wrong person? This is just with the advice, what was a hard piece of advice that I had to learn, and it's this. I really should have just combined these questions because both of them really end up the same result. Which is worse, being alone or being with the wrong person? It's worse being with the wrong person. If you're with the wrong person, you're not going to feel good afterwards. I remembered that I tried to have a friendship with somebody that I've grown to deeply dislike, and I only was with them just because I did not want to be alone. And then I realized that I was not feeling good. I was getting frustrated. I was feeling deeply frustrated, as if it was always my fault and they made me feel that way. And also I felt them slipping away. And it just hurts to know that person shouldn't make you feel this way. That's not love. That's the farthest thing from love. So I hope everybody knows, especially for the audience, knows your value, and that there are people that are deserving of you, and that you deserve better people. All right, this is a great way to end off this video. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for a lot of things. If I was asked this question a couple of years ago, I would say like in 2021, then I would have a significantly different answer than I do now. I'm grateful to have all of you, for me to have a space in order for me to show my feelings and show my vulnerabilities, sometimes in spaces where I don't feel like I'm not comfortable in a scenario like this. And I'm just grateful for the things in my life. The things that I had in 2021 were not the things that I have now. Because in 2021, I seriously was lost in my life. Like, I had a sense of what I wanted to do as a career, but as a graphic designer, but I did not have a realistic way of getting there. I was like, how am I going to get there? What am I going to do? How am I going to accomplish this? It took time for me to develop all those things, and I'm so glad I have the things that I have now. I'm enjoying my life, and I have the ability to enjoy my life. So this was very deep. And at first I was going to be a little bit uncomfortable because I know there were some uncomfortable questions that I had in this video, but I think I handled it well. And I hope this gave you all a good impression of me. Also, the next video I'm going to be doing something significantly different. It's not going to have game footage. It's not going to have a picker wheel or anything. This time you guys are going to see me. But I'm still going to keep my identity hidden, so I'm just going to be wearing a mask and everything. So it's just to protect my identity, or it's just to protect myself in this case, because I think I also think of this in a mental way as well, that if I really flourish if I don't protect myself, I could gain a lot of popularity just by me getting out there and just like showing my face out there, but at the same time I'm like, I'd rather just protect myself and the things that I value. So I hope you all understand if I don't entirely show my face, but show enough that I'm just like human, you know? And I completely respect the fact to those creators who do completely hide their face. They're completely in the right for doing so. And people are completely in the right to show their face if they want to show their face out there, to show who they truly are. And people have different ways of showing that. It's just like right now I'm just not in a comfortable position in order for me to just show entirely my face, but just enough for me to say that I'm still human at the end of the day. So I hope you all have had a good day or night. I know this is going to be a longer video, especially for me to edit. And and I hope you all learned something from this video. If you don't, that's completely fine. I hope you all found something to take away from this video, because I know I did. And I still got a long way to go. So I hope you all have a good day or night, depending on where you're coming from. And this is the Lycyrian signing out.